Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Race all of these broken dreams in flight. And we'll fly.
Everybody, it's Skylar, and I'm back with another pregnancy update video. This time it's the 12-week update, and today is the 19th, I believe. It's Tuesday, May 19th, unless my dates are totally wrong, which I wouldn't be surprised. All this pandemic stuff has got me all mixed up. Even though I'm back to work now, I'm still mixed up. And today, excuse me, I will be 12 weeks one day. I turn a different week every Monday. And so I did write down a lot of stuff on here that I had been forgetting. As far as like symptoms and things go, I have noticed a few new symptoms, like brand new symptoms. And I will show you the belly shot at the end, so I need to hurry up and like get done talking so I have time for that. So let's go ahead and start with cravings. So I've been craving sweet stuff here lately, which I craved sweet stuff with my daughter. I didn't start out this pregnancy craving sweet stuff. Actually was like grossed out by the thought of anything sweet. But I've been craving sour gummy worms, chocolate milk, and cinnamon gum, or like big red gum. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Which I don't normally like cinnamon gum. I normally will just go with like a wintergreen or a spearmint, or just like the kid gum that's like bubblegum flavored. But I normally don't even, see, I can't even talk. I just woke up a little bit ago and I just feel like I look like death. I feel like death. That goes along with another one of the new symptoms. But I normally don't even chew gum. I feel like you can't see me, and like you can only see part of my head. So I still have the breakouts that I talked about in the last video for 11 weeks. Started around 10 or 11 weeks. They're all over my face, which my face isn't so bad today, but I've been using these charcoal makeup remover wipes, and I think it's been helping. But I've even got bumps like right here behind my ears. See, I've got some right here that are actually like pimples. I've got them here and on my chest, and I have them all over my back, even down here, like in the bend of my back. I really think that it's because of the oil buildup, because I normally have like sort of an oily skin, but it's not ever this bad. Like, it's not even been that bad since puberty is gone, like done and gone, since high school or middle school. And so I've like, ever since I found out I was pregnant, I've had extremely oily skin. And I think when I wear my leggings like up to here, high-waisted stuff, that the oil gets trapped there in the waistband, and the same thing with my bra. And so there's literally lines of groups of acne on my back, and it's so, I hate it. Like, it's disgusting and it's annoying. I know it's a side effect of pregnancy. It will be worth it. I'm sure it will go away, but it's just so gross. And it's about to be summertime, and we're about to be swimming, and I just feel so self-conscious right now, and like that's where I'm at. But I have, on a good note, I have been feeling a lot better as far as nausea goes. Because before it was like I can't even get out of bed. I can't go anywhere. I'm on the couch. But I will tell you about the new symptom in just a couple of minutes. It makes me feel crappy, but it doesn't last as long as the nausea. So I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe I do have new stretch marks already, and I'm surprised because my body is still kind of stretched out from the other two pregnancies. But like, okay, I hope you're not dudes and watching this like just for the like poops and giggles, you know? I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but this is going to be, obviously it's a pregnancy update, so it's going to be like a little bit TMI, and so I would expect like women to watch this unless it was a man that was going to have a wife or somebody have a baby. I don't know. Anyway, so stretch marks. Like right here, like right next to my nipples. I have new stretch marks. Like if my belly button's down here, they're like right above my belly button. And when I say new stretch marks, I mean they're tiny. They're little white lines, but I have not noticed them before. And I'm like, what? But then again, if you saw my last weekly update, my stomach has been growing nonstop. And I did tell y'all, I've already grown, as far as breasts go, I've grown like an entire cup size, like within 2 or 3 weeks. So, well, it's probably within 3 or 4 weeks. So I can tell that obviously my body is growing quickly, but I just thought that the excess skin that was left would help not get stretch marks, if that makes any sense. I also have new stretch marks on my hips, like on my leg, but toward my hips, if that makes any sense, like on the side. I'm a little bit upset, but you know, I already had stretch marks, so I mean, and they weren't even that bad. And I'll show you too. I've been using this from Walmart. I don't know if it's going to help or not. I started using it. It says it heals and softens and relieves rough, dry skin. And it has vitamin E in it, and it talks about how it smooths marks and tones skin. This says it melts into the skin and creates a protective barrier that locks in moisture. And when it says it smooths marks and tones, I was like, oh, I need that. But I started using something similar, the Palmer's brand, with my daughter, who was my first pregnancy, and I didn't keep it up because it was so oily, which this is oily too. It was so oily that I just could not stand it being on my skin, and like you couldn't lay down, you couldn't put a shirt on because it was just so oily that it would stick to your clothes. And of course then it would dry, but it would take forever. And so I didn't because I was annoyed, but I really should have, because like that's where I have these really, really dark purple stretch marks on the insides of my thighs because I really got big with her. Like my thighs got really big, my butt got bigger, and my belly was huge. She was 10 pounds, so it was like I had no room. I looked like, and I was tiny before that, and I looked like there was like a 14-pound baby in there. You could tell that it was going to be a big baby. Anyway, new stretch marks. Yes, I am wearing maternity clothes. If I wear regular clothes, it's sweatpants like I'm wearing right now. I'm off work today, so don't have to wear jeans. I do have to wear jeans for work, so I bought a pair of maternity jeans, but they won't, because my bump isn't huge yet, they won't really stay on. They keep falling down because there's room for it to grow, and there's not really like a waistline. It's just like the elastic up here that keeps them up. I'm sorry, my nose is just not good right now. But if I do wear regular jeans, I'm having to rubber band the button right now. Like I can't even do it. And so, let's see. I've been extremely emotional. Like I've noticed that with every like commercial, as far as anything that could be sad or happy or anything that could strike emotion whatsoever. I mean, even if it's like not a big deal, I will literally catch tears in my eyes. Like we were watching Dumbo yesterday, the new one, and I don't know if y'all have seen that, but it's on Disney Plus if you haven't seen it. And there is a scene there where they're wanting Dumbo to fly, and like he goes into his performance, and like he climbs up where he's supposed to climb or whatever, and he's supposed to be just like putting out the fire with his nose or trunk and like putting water all over the place, and it's supposed to be for show because they're in the circus. And then they're like, okay, we'll like lower the thing down and he's gonna get down. Well, something broke and everything caught on fire, so he's like, oh my gosh. And so he doesn't know what to do. So the daughter climbs up there and gives him a feather because he won't fly unless he has a feather like stuffed up his trunk for some reason. And I guess it makes him feel like a bird. I don't know. But he got the feather. And then he wouldn't do it, and then he fell, and as he was falling, he sucked the feather up his trunk, and then all of a sudden, like, you're like, oh my gosh, he's gonna die, and then he starts flying. It's like this victorious turning point moment, and I was like bawling my eyes out, and I do that with every single movie. And I'm like pretty empathetic and a pretty emotional person anyway, but this has been like, wow, like, you're crying over this, you know? My husband will even notice, and I'm having to like hide if we're watching a movie. I'm having to like hide because I just feel so self-conscious about it. But it's not my fault. Whatever. Like, it's the beauty of pregnancy. Every symptom, you know, I talk about it and I'm like, oh, some of the symptoms are really bad. Yes, they are, but my body is changing. Everything is changing. Like, seriously, your hormones change, your body changes, the anatomy in your body changes to make room for your expanding uterus. I mean, there is just so much change. So even though it might sound like I'm complaining, it will all be worth it, and it is beautiful. It's just in the time being, you're like, I don't want these pimples, you know. But if I'm in a swimsuit and you can see the acne on my back, I really don't think anybody will be thinking about that, especially since I'm like showing now, I guess, I don't know. I think they will be looking at that instead of my acne, and they would probably think it was beautiful, since I'm just always so concerned with what people think of me. Okay, I gotta hurry up. I've had a really itchy chest, like in between right here, and I don't know if that's just dryness, or I did have that as a symptom of boobs growing with my other pregnancies, so that might be that. So movement, I'll go ahead and talk about movement, and then I'll talk about the new symptom, which, I mean, it's not like awesome, so I don't know why I'm waiting until the end. It's just the last one that I wrote down. So I don't know if I'm feeling movement or not. A lot of people say that at 11 or 12 weeks, it's way too early to feel movement because the baby is not strong enough, they say, to produce like a popcorn kick. If that makes any sense. Like a thump almost. But I feel it where the baby is, and I only feel it every once in a while, and it's never super strong, but this is the feeling that I had at around 14 to 16 weeks with both other pregnancies. It was the first like movement that I felt. I've also felt like if I'm laying down on my back, which I try not to do for an extended period of time, but if I'm laying on my back, I also feel like something kind of like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it just feels like it's kind of like rolling around a little bit, but it's very, very slow, very, like if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't notice it at all. It almost seems like somebody's like, you ever moved around underwater and there's like bubbles and like the waves kind of roll around you? It's almost kind of like that, and y'all that have felt this movement will know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna do the bump thing because it's literally my camera. I gotta get a new phone, like real bad. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Okay. It's me. Looking great. My belly button's been really itchy. Stretch marks here. So, anyway, I'm like out of space now, so that's why I gotta get a new phone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't before and you want to see more updates. I do an update every single week on pregnancy. I will do more other videos as soon as I'm not so tired.